Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachak Bandash, which Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls Jehovah or God. Bahasham, meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. Alright, HaMashiach, which means the Messiah. Alright, I wanted to go into law and justice, because according to Esau Edom, law and justice is what they see to be fit. Alright, what they see to be okay. That's what law and justice to Esau Edom is. And if to him it means that he overrides that law and justice, then that's what it's going to be. If to him it is that the so-called Negro, Latino, and the Native Americans, don't see that justice, then that's what justice means to him. That's not what it means to the Most High, because according to the Most High, we have laws, statutes, and commandments. Alright? Let's look up the word law in the dictionary. It says, the principles and regulations established in a community by some authority and applicable to its people, whether in the form of legislation or of custom and policies recognized and enforced by a judicial decision. All right. So if he seems that the rules are going to be against you, then that's just what it's going to be, man. And that's the difference between Esau, Edom, and the nation of Israel. The nation of Israel is always trying to be what's that word? The nation of Israel is always trying to, be nice to everybody, man. Be equal with everybody. That's just in Israel. And then you have these Edomites, they don't care about being equal, man. They don't care if every other nation has to suffer for them to stand on top. That's what it's going to be. Like that old saying, let me see if I can get a picture of that. Boss versus leader. All right. A boss versus a leader. A boss is on top, and he mandates, all right, and he tells you what the objective is, and you have to follow through on that mission. So if his laws and regulations, which goes into the word draconian laws, all right, which goes into the word dracon, which goes into the word dragon, so this man speaks as a dragon, laying down draconian laws. Why? Because he's the boss. He's the boss at the moment. All right. And a leader, all right, goes out there and he works and he shows leadership, and he leads by example. And that's what the elders and the apostles are doing. Esau Edom stands in his high chair, pointing down at you Israelites, all right, you other nations, telling you need to be this, you need to be that, you need to be safe, you need to do that. All right, you need to be righteous, you need to be this, you need to be that. And what's he doing? He's standing in the high chair doing the exact opposite, man. But as a leader, all right, like Elder Apostle Tahar says, do videos, go out to the highways and the byways. Don't be a lazy bum. Get off your ass, be in fervent spirit. All right. And what does he do to show for? He does the exact same thing he's telling you to do, man. He's putting up like 10, 20 videos a week, going out to the highways and the byways, constantly researching. That's somebody great to look up at, man. That's a leader. That's not a boss. A boss would be somebody like these other camps where they sit on their ass and tell you to do all the heavy lifting, and then they just chill at home. That's what Esau Edom does, man. And that's the difference between a boss and a leader. So we saw that word law. Let's look up the word statutes, which is a law. An enactment made by a legislature and expressed in a formal document, the document in which an enactment is expressed. Salakia. An enactment is the act of enacting, the state or fact of being enacted, a single provision of law. All right. Law, statutes, and commandments. Commandments is a command or a mandate. Sometimes initial capital letter, any of the 10 commandments, an act or power of commanding. All right. So Esau Edom wants you to be according to his law, his justice, his commandments. All right. And it says, President Trump understands the safe communities and the low crime levels don't happen by accident. To ensure public safety, the administration has taken significant steps in its first year to restore the rule of law. See that? It says to restore the rule of law, forge new partnerships with state and local law enforcement agencies, encourage respect for officers nationwide, and adopt aggressive strategies for tackling gang and drug-related violence. If that was the case, all right, Donald Trump would have went ahead and try to take down himself and take everybody down in that fucking so-called White House, all right, which is nothing but a bunch of idiots in there and a bunch of wicked-ass Edomites and 2/3 Israelites and other nations, man. If he really wanted to get rid of the drugs, all right, if he really wanted to get rid of the gangs and the violence, all right, then he would rule according to the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. All right, but they're not going to do that. All right, first thing, let me get this one since it came into my spirit. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Let's look up the word prudent. Prudent, which means wise or judicious in practical affairs, sagacious, discreet, or circumspect, to be sober. All right, to be sober. These Edomites are not sober. All right, they're drunken off the power that they have, man. You know, they're on a power high. And like people always say, man, what do people with power, all right, what do people with power go after? What's something with that people with power go after? More power. That's it. You know? They don't go after being more humble. They don't go after giving away money. They don't go after any of that, man. All right? And if they do that, they're doing it for a reason, because they expect something in return. You know? Nothing's free in this world right now. Nothing's free, man. Everything's going to cost you something. You know? In the kingdom of heaven, we're going to be made perfect. Talking about the Israelites, Lord willing, I'm part of that number. But most specifically, Zion is going to be made perfect. And then the rest of Israel through the elect. You know? But nobody's sober in this world, man. You know? And the men of the Lord and the women, all right, the few sisters are being made sober, all right, by reason of this truth. All right? And whenever, I don't know if anybody's ever experienced this, but whenever you've been drinking and you're buzzed a little bit, you know, you've been buzzing and you're just chilling. All right? And you know, me, when I drink, I don't say shit to anybody. I just stay to myself. All right? But the people around me, when they're talking, they act like they're fucking drunk. And this only happens to me whenever I'm drinking. I look at people like, man, you're fucking drunk. You know, you're acting like you're drunk and I'm the one drinking. Even if that person wasn't even drinking, man. They're acting like they're the drunk ones. You know? And that's how they see us in this truth. We're sober. We're the sober ones. They're the drunken ones. All right? But they look at us like we're drunk. right? Because we're not doing what they're doing, because we're not part of the world. You see? So they don't look at us like we're sober. It says, number 2, careful in providing for the future. Provident. All right? Let's go back into Sirach chapter 10. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Look at this shit, man. Why do you think places are being boarded up with walls, with wood, boarding up the windows, you know, closing down and locking down and doubling down on security? Because this place is out of order, chaotic, you know? It's chaotic, man. They don't care about you know, making this place great again, and equality and justice for all. All that BS is just that, BS. All right? That's a way to get the people to follow through and go and side with him. That's all it is, man. You know? That's like IUIC using, you can have many females. You know, if you're an Israelite, you can have many females, and, you know, you come in here and you're going to have to get married and this and that. And they're using that as for filthy lucre's sake. All right, trying to get people to join just for that reason. And that's what these high elites are doing. All right, they're dangling that piece of meat in front of Jake. All right, while Jake is hungry, you know. So what is Jake gonna do? Try and catch it, man. You know. But what they're dangling in front of Jake is nothing but pig, man. Filthiness. You know. So Sirach chapter 10 and verse 2, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. All right, so if there's so much chaos and so much disorder in the United States of America today, then what do you think that says about our president? You know, what do you think that says about our past presidents? Because it's never been perfect. You know, so it doesn't matter which one you choose, whether you choose crispy bacon or regular bacon. It's still fucking filthy, man, and you shouldn't eat it. You know? So you have a lot of these Jakes choosing the lesser of two evils. You know? When it's wicked regardless. So you shouldn't even choose it, man. That's why we're being made sober, and you guys are being made drunken. Drunken in the filthiness of Babylon the Great, man. All right? And you're all going to be partakers of the judgment that's coming. You know? Sirach 10 and 3, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. All right, so this place is being fucking destroyed by every single person that's ever ruled, but by the prudence of those that are in authority, all right, the higher up elites. You know, that's why the city's still the way it is. Really, it goes even higher than that to the Most High, because he's holding this place up by a thread. All right, waiting for the perfect time that he's gonna say go to his son, and then Yahushua is gonna come back. You know. But first, many things have to be laid down, like the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. You know, martial law, which still has to be implemented. The persecution of the saints. All right, the famine of the word. You know, many things that are still, you know, going to be leading up to the end of the world, man. And then even at that, there's still going to be war. You know, so Yahweh Shem Yahushai is waiting for all those things to happen, and then Yahweh is going to tell Yahushai to come back. You know, and then that's when it's going to happen. It says, verse 4, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Most High. You see? So even if like Job chapter 9:24 says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right. Even though Esau Edom is in rulership, it all belongs to the Most High. You know? Continuing verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Most High, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. All right, and who is profitable but Yahweh and Yahweh Shai through the Holy Spirit? That's profit right there, man. You know, that's righteousness. That's goodness. You see, it's not Esau Edom. It's not Joe Biden. It's not Donald Trump with his law and justice. You know, it's none of them, man. Their law and justice don't mean shit. All right. So it says, continuing on the White House government, or whitehouse.government, it says, forge new partnerships with state and local law enforcement agencies, encourage respect for officers nationwide, and adopt aggressive strategies for tackling gang and drug-related violence. All right, so if there's gangs, drug-related violence, all right, don't you think that according to scriptures, doesn't it say that it's according to the manner that ruleth the city? So it goes to your mayors, all right, and then it goes to your president. And that's why the officers act the way they do. Because their higher ups act that same way, man. You know? It says continued work to support law enforcement will help reduce violent crime to historic lows. All right, and how are they going to do that? By putting everybody up in FEMA camps. You know? Especially men, all right, that follow after righteousness' sake. You know? But that's just the way of Esau Edom, man. You know? So I wanted to bring that one out because of the law and justice that it says. So now let me get to this one. This is the book of offending of the law. It's lucky. I can't remember where it was. It was Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us. All right, so this is the wicked elite. This is what they want, to fill themselves with costly wine and ointments. All right, to array themselves, to enjoy themselves. That's what they want, man. They want to enjoy themselves. They want themselves to feel good. You know, they want to take advantage of this rulership. All right, you lower Edomites, all right, are stupid, like the Apostle Tahar says, man, because this is your rulership, all right, and you're getting the shit end of the stick, man. You know. And it's only going to be worse in the kingdom of heaven. All right, because the males of Esau Edom eventually will be completely cut off. You know? So if you're not taking advantage of this rulership, you know, you getting, you know, the shit end of both sticks, man. You know? So it says, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 and verse 8. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. You see, let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. You know, and you guys want to set up a president, whether Donald Trump or, you know, whoever you can set up, man. You know, and a couple brothers already brought this one out, but it's very important. You know, so I'm gonna bring it out too. Deuteronomy 17 and 14. When thou art come unto the land which Yahweh thy power giveth thee, and shall possess it, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are round about me, thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom Yahweh thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. All right, which is talking about only Israelites. All right, because the covenant that we had with Esau, Edom, to be brothers, he broke it. All right, he broke that covenant, man. You know, so he has no right. All right, so let's look up that word stranger, which is, where is it? Nakaria, which is foreign, an alien, you know, unknown, unfamiliar. That means these other nations, you know? If you're putting these other nations, somebody from a different nation than from the nation of Israel, as your king, as your ruler, that's going against the Most High, man. And that's why this place is exactly the way that it is, man. No order. Chaotic. You know? Because you have not chosen the Most High. You see? It says, thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother, but he shall not multiply horses to himself, nor cause the people to return to Egypt, nor the end that he should multiply horses. For as much as Yahweh hath said unto you, ye shall henceforth return no more that way. All right, that reminds me of Jeremiah chapter 10. Oops. Jeremiah 10:1. Hear ye the word which the Most High Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth the tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of a workman with an axe. And then it goes into Saturnalia, or Christmas, which is now celebrated in December. All right, but the point here is not going after the ways of the heathen. There's also one in Leviticus 19, I believe, verse 23, if I'm not mistaken. Trees for food and shall come fruit and circumcised. Let's see. Do not prostitute thy daughters to cause her to be a whore, lest thy land fall into whoredom. Hey, this is one too, man. Leviticus 19:29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness. All right, and like we read in Sirach chapter 10, this place is full of wickedness, man. You know, it says, ye shall keep my Sabbaths and remember or reverence my sanctuary. I am Yahweh. You know, people are not doing that. You know, it says, regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am Yahweh, your power. And that's what you guys are doing, man. Going after these fucking wizards, man. Well, let's look up that word. All right, because people are going to be like, oh, you think wizards exist, Harry Potter and all that bullshit. No. A knower, one who has a familiar spirit, soothsayer, a necromancer. And that's what these higher up elites are, man. They're a bunch of necromancers, you know. Soothsayer. It says a prophet, which is a false prophet. All right. Look up necromancer. Those are the ones that are into necromancy. It says a sorcerer. All right. A person who practices necromancy, a wizard or a magician. Necromancy is a practice of magic involving communication with the dead. You know? And that's what these higher up elites are, man. They're fucking dead. She that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. Talking about a nation. You know? So let's go back and go into that word. Familiar spirit. Water skin bottle. Necromancer. Ghost. Spirit of a dead one. Practicing necromancy. You know? One who evokes the dead. And that's what these higher up elites do, man. You know? It says, to be defiled by them, I am Yahweh, your power. Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head, and honor the face of the old man, and fear thy power. I am Yahweh. All right, and our people are not fearing the Most High. You know? Verse 35, ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. You see? So how can you not judge? You know, how can you not judge? Oh, only God can judge me. But here you are judging between two evils. You know, that's a judgment call, man. Let's look up the word judgment here. We'll look up the word judgment here, and then we'll go to the word judgment in the mashapat, which is justice. All right. And what did we read about? Law and justice, man. You know, law and justice of Esau, Edom. It's nothing but wickedness, man. They place their hand on the Bible and swear by the Bible. All right. And they're not even doing what they're supposed to be doing, man. You know, it says judgment. Let's look it up on the dictionary. Discernment, a verdict, the ability to make considered decisions. All right. The ability to make considered decisions or come to sensible conclusions. You know? So when you look at Donald Trump and hear what he has to say, and then you hear what Joe Biden has to say, you make a decision, right? Which is a judgment call. You know? So only God could judge me. But here you are judging between one and the other, calling one more wicked than the other. But yet both of them are wicked, man. You know? So it says shapat, which is to judge, you know? So it says, Leviticus 19:35, ye shall do no unrighteousness and judgment in mediard, in weight or in measure, just balances, just weights. A just ephah and a just hin shall ye have, which is what? Being just, all right? Being good, you know? Not voting for wickedness, man. You know, it says, I am Yahweh, your power, which brought you up out of the land of Egypt, which means what? That means don't go back into the way of Egypt, man. All right. I'll look up that one right after this. Verse 37, therefore shall you observe all my statutes and all my judgments and do them. I am Yahweh. You see? So you're supposed to do the judgments of the Most High and not of the land. You know? Yeah, you got to follow some of the laws of the land. All right. But whenever you're making it to where that's what's going to save you, it's not going to save you, man. Only the Most High is going to save you. All right. And when you keep his law, statutes, and commandments, you have to do it by faith of the Son, Yahweh Shai. You can't just keep the law, statutes, and commandments, not pray to Yahweh Shai, and think you're still going to get saved, man. You know, there's a balance to things, like the book of Proverbs says. You know, a just weight is his delight. And that's what it says there. Just balances, just weights. You know, no unjust, wickedness, man. It says, therefore shall ye observe all my statutes, which actually, let's look up that word statutes there. Let's see what it says here. Statutes, chakwa, which is statute, ordinance, limit, enactment, something prescribed, a statute. All right, judgments, ordinance, all right, all his ordinances, all right, execution, you see, justice, right, rectitude, ordinance, you see, so following the ways of the Most High. Going not into the way of the Egyptian, no, this is Egypt. Let me see, where was it? It's in the book of Leviticus. It was also in Leviticus. I don't know if it was in the same chapter. Let me see here. This is the one. Leviticus 18:3. After the doings of the land of Egypt wherein ye dwelt, ye shall not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. Ye shall do my judgments, and keep mine ordinances, to walk therein. I am Yahweh, your power. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them. I am Yahweh. You see that? That's what the Most High is telling you, man. And you're over here thinking, "No, well, I wanna do this and I wanna do that." You know, going back to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, and verse 9. Let's like it, verse 8. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. All right, and you guys are like, yeah, crown yourselves. You know, being stupid, loving the so-called white man, loving your oppressors, man. Which that's another one. Love not your oppressors. Or envy, Salakia. Envy not. Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. You see that? Choose none of his ways. Why? Because they're wicked. They're evil. All right? And you're over here choosing one of the lesser evils, man. Being wicked. All right? And this is the difference. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, and verse 9. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. All right? Let's look up that word voluptuousness, for the sake of the video. Voluptuousness, full of, characterized by, or ministering to indulgence in luxury, pleasure, and sensuous enjoyment. All right, derived from gratification of the sense. And it's basically number one, luxury and pleasure. All right, enjoyment. That's what they want, man. So again, Wisdom of Solomon 2:9. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. That's why Jake looks up to these fucking devils, man. Oh, they wanna buy some expensive ass cars, those luxury cars, man. Even Nas says it in one of his songs. You struggle hard to try and buy those fancy cars, which is what the white people drive around. All right, the higher ups. You struggle hard to get you a fancy car, and when you finally get it, it's no longer relevant. And that's what Jake do, man. They get the fucking crumbs, which goes to show that we're who? We're the Israelites, man. We are the Israelites. Why? Because the higher up elites are the ones that have the dominion, the power, the money. They lend to us. We don't lend to them. Which goes to show what Lazarus and the rich man are. The rich man represents Esau, Edom. Lazarus represents Israel. Only receiving the fucking crumbs, man. You have Israelites over here, working their ass off, busting ass, saying fuck the world, not even going out, but busting their ass just so they can be like fucking Esau, Edom, man. It's a bunch of bullshit, disorder, and this place is going to go down. So continuing on verse 9, let us keep the tokens of our joyfulness in every place. For this is our portion, and our lot is this. All right, so they were given the whole fucking world. And there's no way around it. No possible way around it. But there you are with 2/3 of our people saying, but he's not the white man. Yeah, he's wicked, but he's not the white man. Esau, Edom's not the white man. Bunch of fucking idiots, man. Just because you envy your oppressor and you want to be him so bad doesn't mean that the righteous men are going to do the same. For this is our portion, all right, the wicked, and our lot is this. To what? To be voluptuous. All right, to be wicked. All right, to crown themselves, to be prideful. The pride of thine heart has deceived thee. Talking about Esau, Edom, thinking you were so high up, man. But the Most High is going to bring you down. And like it says in the book of Isaiah and in many other books, all right, people are going to look at you and say, this is the man? that caused the earth to shake? You know? Sit down on the ground, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the dust. There is no throne. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. This place is not tender. This place is not delicate. This place is wicked, man. You know? And if you really want righteousness, if you really want peace, then you should be fighting for the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and standing stiffly for that name. You know? There's no law and justice in this fucking chaotic world. You see, it says, let us have tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this. Let us oppress the poor, righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. And that's also in the book of Isaiah 47, in that same one that I quoted, you know, around verse 4. You know? It says, you know what, let me actually just go to it so I'm not just talking about it. Verse 3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. All right, and it's being seen right now because we're seeing right through you, and we know that you're the wicked. I will take vengeance and will not meet thee as a man. As for our Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. All right, so jumping down in verse 6, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand. All right, so Esau, Edom received the Israelites. And like it says in the book that I'm reading, out of the book of Wisdom of Solomon, all right, it tells you, let us oppress the poor righteous man, right? It says, given to him in thy hand, thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou verily heavily laid the yoke, right? Because you got old-ass Israelites, old-ass Jakes, still out there busting their ass, going to work, all feeble and fucking skinny, but they still have to bust their ass for the white man. You know? Our people don't fucking retire. We don't do that shit, man. You know? Our people fucking work until we can't. Why? Because we don't fucking plan for that shit. It's not made for us. You know? This system is against you, man. And it's been said time and time again, the system is against you, and people are still fucking blind to it, and they see and they can't see, right? Because they're stumbling at noonday. You know, it says, verse 11, let our strength be the law of justice. Still talking about the wicked. All right. For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not of our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraided us with our offending the law, and the objective and objective to our infamy, the transgressions of our education. All right, so your education system is shit. All right, you're not righteous, and you're not gonna make America great again with your law and justice. It's not gonna happen. Whether Trump or whether Joe Biden or whether whoever the fuck else comes into the mix, all right, in these little bit of days we got left, you know, I don't give a damn who you are, how many, you know, degrees you have, and how many honorable medals you got. It doesn't matter, right? It says, verse 13, he professeth to have the knowledge of the Most High. And that's what we're doing, man. You know? Why? Because Yahweh Shai showed himself to us through the way of wisdom, knowledge, understanding. This is that beautiful woman you should be wanting to be with. This is that truth that you should be wanting to side with. You know? Because when the Most High comes back with Yahweh Shai and Yahweh Shai cracks them clouds, man, you're going to be fucking running scared, wondering, what did I do wrong? What could I have done? And it's going to be too fucking late, man. Demons are going to jump on you. Demons are going to jump on animals, and the spirit of the animals are going to be riled up to come up against these people. And the men of the Lord are going to do what? Nothing. We're just going to be chilling. You know? Some of us have to, you know, actually go through some shit. All right? But like the Wisdom of Solomon says, though they die in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. You know? It says, he is grievous. Salakia, verse 13. It says, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord, all right, which we are the children of the Most High. It says, he was made to reprove our thoughts, that Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, and also the judges of the earth. It says, he is grievous unto us, even to behold, for his life is not like other men's, his ways are of another fashion, which that's specifically talking about Yahweh Shai. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast of the Most High his Father. You see, let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. All right, so Esau Edom is trying to come up against the Most High, trying to come up against this truth, thinking that law and justice is going to save you. It's not going to save you. What you're going to see is death, destruction. All right, because the only thing that's going to reign is Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, and the elect. So I hope that was edifying, and with that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and our elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.